Well, hi everyone. So in this video, I'm going to show you a typical data problem that we have where we've got customers represented by two different fields. Now, I'm going to use a bit of SQL here to show you how using SQL in combination with Power BI can give you the ultimate power. Okay, so that's the objective. So we'll run that query and I'll tell you what the problem is here with this data. So notice I've got 19,000 customers here, but the problem is the customer is represented by person ID as well as store ID. So in this AdventureWorks data, sales are made to stores and they're also made to individual people as well. You know, I think these are internet sales. Okay, and so that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Because I don't want to have two different customers, you know, in the visualization. I want to merge this data basically, and there's a number of ways of doing this, and I'm not suggesting this is the best way. I'm just doing this to show you how T-SQL and Power BI can be used in conjunction. Okay, so what I can do is, instead of doing a left join basically against the actual sales store table, if I can basically do an inner join. Tell you what, let me bring in oh, let's keep that on, right. I'll say comma s dot name as customer name. Okay, and so now you'll notice we've only got the store customers. Okay, but what I want to do essentially is I want to append onto this table the direct customer. Okay, so I've got customer ID. So what I can do is I can do a select. I'll do -1 for the customer ID. I'll call it direct. I'll do -1 and then do -1, you know, for the store ID, and I can basically do a union. Okay, and basically what will happen there, it's basically added on, you know, the -1 there. Okay, and so if I copy this, I'm going to copy this and create the Power BI table using this data. So I'll do that and then come back to the video. Okay, so back in Power BI, what I've done is I've basically imported that customer table. You can have a look here. Here's that same customer table. Nothing different. We should find right at the bottom, we've got the direct. Okay, I've also brought in the sales data. Now, the problem that we've got is we don't have that -1. We've got all those customer IDs, you know, for the individuals, you know, for the direct sales, but I don't want that in the data model. I want to basically change that. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to use Power Query or the Power BI editor. I keep calling it Power Query. I'm going to edit queries. Okay, and there's probably a number of different ways of doing this, but what essentially I need to do is on the sales query, I need to identify the rows from, you know, the customer IDs that I need to replace. Okay, and I'm going to do that basically by joining the sales table to the customers table. Okay, and we can do that type of joining with merge queries in the editor. So if I merge queries with the customers table, and I'll match on a customer ID, and we've got a choice of join types we do here. So I'll do a left join, you know, to match these, and you'll know it gives a little preview of how many rows it's going to match. That's exactly what we're looking for. Now, when you do this type of join, table to table, you'll get a table coming back. You know, it's because there's multiple columns in the customer table, but I can expand that just by selecting customer ID. Okay, so what you'll find is the customer ID matches. Now in instances where, there you go, instances where the sale record can't be matched, this is an internet sale, or this is you know, an individual sale. Now, for the purpose of this demo, I just want to you know, replace those nulls with -1. Okay, Now I know you can handle this a number of ways, but I'm very much thinking about just using SQL and Power Query. So what we can do, transform, and very simply just say replace values, and I can just say replace null with -1. Press OK. And as quick as that, there you go. So there's the -1. And so what we've done there essentially is we've created a key, and now I'm going to rename this field. I'll call it customer key. And if I close and apply that, and let's have a look at the relationship view. Power BI has automatically created the relationship between customer ID and customer key. It's intelligent enough. If you want to double check that, you can double click it. See customer ID matched against customer key. Okay, so I really like that. And of course, what that means is I can do a visualization very easily. Let's just do a simple bar chart, and then from the sales, I'll take sales amount, put that on the values, and then from customers, put customer name. Of course, the chart is distorted, because there you go, there's those direct sales, and so, I know this isn't the best visualization, but there's an example of how we've been able to label, those sales, something different, because that allows me very easily to filter. I can do an advanced filter. I can say does not contain direct, and that's off the visualization. And by all means, we'll go create a different visualization then, focusing on the those other customers potentially, or some other measure. And so that's a quick example of how we can use the power of SQL with the power of Power BI to create a decent data model. Hope you've enjoyed that.